Hi everyone. Let me know if you can hear me on the chat. That would be great. Just a sound check. Welcome to another weekly squeeze Sunday night with E.O.Breakers. Your host. I was just typing some notes for agenda. What we're going to cover tonight is money calendar. We'll take a look at historical data, last 10 years, how stocks performed during this week, which ones kind of showing us some trends, repeatable patterns that we could use. I'm going to look at crypto very quickly as well, BTC and ETH. Bitcoin is coiling up for a really big move. We just closed our weekly candle. I was hoping that it would close outside the ascending triangle, but it's still within, so that may indicate some pullback. We'll see. We'll look at the chart, but it would be great if we start the week with a breakout, and I'll share with you what my price target is if we get a breakout to the upside. Ascending triangles typically, historically, they break out to the downside, but the way Bitcoin so bullish, Bitcoin typically does the opposite. First, it does the fake outs and get everybody stopped out, and then breaks out to the opposite direction of the typical ascending triangle. So we'll take a look at that. I want to look at SPY, QQQ. I had very profitable Amazon trades last week. I'm very happy about that. The chart looks really, really strong. I think 3,500 before the earnings is possible. I did get into a high risk trade this Thursday for this week. And the reason I say high risk trade is not because it's high risk because of the chart setup. Chart setup is very bullish. It's just Amazon is already extended, and the question is it going to continue to move? And I want to share with you guys. I think it will. The butterflies I got in have really good risk rewards, and it's not too late. So Monday, if we see a move, continued move, and strong setup and start, I might still consider adding in. I did add a position on shop. And I'm looking at Peloton as well, even though it has a little bit of, after I got in with a small position, the money flow turned. So like I'm double guessing myself now, even though the chart is set up right, it indicates, money flow indicates that we may have more consolidation this week, which is bad for options, especially if you have a directional move and it's going to continue to consolidate, you're losing premium. So unless you have obviously credit spreads where you still have a bullish direction, but the credit spread you benefit from the time decay. So anyhow, we'll we'll take a look at that. So I think I might not add anything to Peloton, but Amazon and Shop looks really good. So let me know in the chat. Hi Bruce and Janak, thanks for joining. It's always great to have you guys. Give me any stocks you want me to look at, and I'll add those others from the chat. Okay, so that's kind of like our agenda. I'll just post here. Let's start with the money calendar. So this is Tom's options tools, as you guys know. Just a reminder how the month looks. April is a bullish month, really green, lots of green. And so far it's been working. I mean, I wish I had listened the money calendar, in March as well. I kind of got into positions earlier than I wanted, but April looks really good. I think we're gonna have continued momentum on SPYs and SPX. I'll share with you. We'll take a look at the chart. So for tomorrow, let's see what the calendar shows. If we sort things by strong moves. So this chart basically shows us the stocks that had bullish moves over the last 10 years. The high power names at the top, 100% accuracy. We have actually two. The one Ecolab, actually. Let's take a look at that. That looks really good. So basically, based on this, you look at Ecolab. If you buy the stock during the day, tomorrow, and sell it on May 21st, on average, you make $7. Your max profit is $47. So obviously, I typically don't like when the chart is so skewed with the last year's data, but still, the average is pretty good, $0 to $10. You know, you're looking at that $7 range, even excluding this big profit. Okay, so let me see if I have an Ecolab chart. Let's actually take a look. Let me see. I just want to look at from money flow perspective. How did everybody do last week? It was a great week for me. I actually, as you guys know, I had, you know, I made good money on BCRX, but then I gave some of my profits back by rolling into the next month's naked puts. I wish I had waited for a week, and you guys know that from last week. So I am still in those positions. So that's my long-term. My long-term BCRX holdings kind of, you know, taking my account net account value down, but I'm bullish on BCRX in general. I will look at the chart, Janak, on BCRX. Let's look at Ecolab first from money calendar perspective. So this is the daily chart, guys. Actually, let me make my head smaller. So you can see. All right, so daily chart, some consolidation. It looks like -1 ATR to +1 ATR. So we should think about on a pullback to medium if we want to enter. Hopefully tomorrow we get a little bit of pullback. If we get a pullback to like the 214 level, it may be a good buy. The reason I say that, also, if you look at where my cursor is, you'll see that the money flow is crossing the average line, and it's all green. So money is coming in, which is what we want to see. We want to see not only the chart pointing to the up direction, but also we want to see positive money flow. So if I kind of make it a little bigger. Yeah, this is really good. So you expect a continuation of the move. We may not pull back tomorrow, guys. So we need to take a look, but I can see a resistance line here, 1218. That's 218, sorry. That's 218.70, yeah, 219 is resistance. So this is headed to 227. So we may catch this move. It'd be good if there's like a little bit of pullback. So you get in here and then you exit up here. So that's daily. Let me see what 4 hour looks like. 4 hour is really good as well. Look, it turned from negative money flow to positive. So I like seeing the convergence of multiple things where the money calendar says, you know, you're going to have on average a positive month, and then you see the money flow turned as well. That's all good. And then you see the Fibonacci retracements kind of creating the support. Like there's a support here at 217, so you could have a stop loss set up at 217, and then you enter in somewhere in the middle of this candle, 218, with a target of 227 based on daily. Let me see the weekly chart. Yeah, weekly chart also looking really good. All right, so I will put this in. Let's put the daily chart. Actually, before, let me just type it in so we can take a look in 1 month from now. You guys need to remind me these positions we put in. Obviously, I put these setups on a Sunday. It doesn't mean always we get into the positions on Monday. It depends on the price action. If gap's up tomorrow, like $8, I'm not getting in. So, you know, but at this level, it looks good. So let me put it here. Price target, 227, okay. I would do, what did I say? Yeah, entry April 12th to May, is it May 21st? What was it, guys? Yeah, May 21st. Okay. Put a stop loss. I would put it on, so this is the mean. I said 217 for the short-term chart, but probably it would be better, safer to put at, yeah, somewhere here, 212. 12, that's $7. I guess it's not a good, it's like 1-to-1. It's not really good risk reward, isn't it? Anyhow, so you have a convergence of money calendar and the money flow. So, and also, by the way, I mean, I obviously I'm putting price target of 227 based on Fibonacci levels, but you know, according to money calendar, your average, I think average, and if you exclude the last year, I guess it's still around that range. So it's 1-to-1. If you put your stop loss, I think 217 would be okay too. I think if you ask me, that would be a better risk reward. Okay, where's our site here? Session, money calendar. So I posted here, so you have this for this week. ECL is down here. I'm gonna hit it in here. Save. All right, we're going back very quickly. I'm gonna pick one more. I'm gonna go do one more, and then we'll look at chat for questions. So since Adobe is at the top, 9 out of 10 successful, right? Let's take a look at Adobe. $2, $3, $14. I mean, it's okay. It's kind of rising profit range. What else is here? We had one more 100%, right? MCK. Oh my God, look at this chart. Every year you have massive profits. So if history repeats itself, actually, let me just double check. So this is McKesson, guys. Oh, interesting. So let's take a look at MCK. All right, so okay, so it pulled back to the mean. So on daily, it is on a bullish trend. So the question is it gonna bounce back, right? So money flow is in negative. So I would like to see, but the fact that this green line is turning and it's gonna cross, I would enter this trade when the green line crosses this white average line. And that would also indicate that, look at this, last time it passed the zero line, you would have entered here and you would catch all this move. You would have caught all this move. So I like seeing, if you guys can see my cursor, so I like seeing this bigger, negative flow getting smaller here. And as soon as it crosses, so this week, perhaps tomorrow, this is daily chart. So tomorrow's close, or maybe closer to close, if we see like this, money flow is turning to the positive. So you are potentially looking for a move, something similar to this. Let's see. So it went from here. So, I mean, if you kind of project from here, it doesn't mean obviously it's going to work that way, but potentially a massive move. Again, I would time my entry so that we have a confirmed reversal here. So tomorrow's bar will be very important. Let me see the 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hours definitely turning. This is gonna cross tomorrow, guys. So that's gonna be a buy signal. Let me see 1 hour. Did 1 hour cross already? Yeah, 1 hour crossed. So we have a buy signal here in 1 hour. All right, so this has a potential. I would target this 1618 here. So there's a $10 move. All right, I like the McKesson trade once it's confirmed, okay? Let's say PT, oops, where did it go there? Price target of, let's say, 210. Okay. This is what, 4 hour chart? Let's go back to the daily chart. Okay, and then you would have a stop loss here. So this is at the mean, right? If it breaks the mean, it goes to 1 ATR. So yeah, you could have a stop right here, 187, and the stock is at 190. Okay. Alternatively, you can do a butterfly. Again, I would do May expiration. right? Options, and you can do a butterfly. We'll take a look at that if people want examples of that. I'll show you how I pick my strikes and stuff if you want. So I'm gonna put this down here. Okay, I post it there. Okay, so let's take a look at the chat. You guys have my maximum number of viewers, 4 of them today. Thanks for joining. All right, so let's see. Okay, Bruce is asking the chart setup. Let's take a look at. I'll open that up. Let's see. That's not the right one. Let me see if this one is better. Or this one. Nope, this one's better. Okay. So what I have down here is, and I have my market cipher set up, the other setup I talked about last week. But this is what I have here. Is you can get this. They're both free trading view. So I have this RSI EMA indicator, okay, and then I have Wolfpack ID. This has been working great for me, guys, as a confirmation. Okay, so this RSI EMA is the one at the top. You see, so anytime this moving average, the green line crosses the moving average, it's a buy signal and it's working like a magic. So, like when you would have, for example, here, you would have that cross and that would be a buy signal, and then you get a confirmation from Wolfpack ID. I have no idea how Wolfpack ID works. I actually reached out to the guy to find out, what the source code is. I don't care, but I saw people use both of these indicators on Forex, and it's been working like a magic on Forex. And I started using it to really first confirm my crypto trades, especially when there's like a little bug in my home. Especially when I want to confirm the direction of the squeeze firing. Okay, so oh yeah, the left part of the screen is cut off. Let me see if the other screen shows up. Hold on, guys. Let me show you. This is what it says here. I don't know if you can see it. It's Wolfpack ID. You can search this on TradingView, and the RSI EMA. Okay. You should be able to see it now. They're both. You can't see the source code. They don't. The author doesn't allow it, but you have access to it. It's public access. It's been working great for me as a supporting indicator. I don't use it as a trigger for me. I use it once I'm convinced that the chart has a good setup, either through squeeze and we're at the mean. Then I look at the money flow, okay, and Wolfpack ID pretty much follows the money flow pretty well. And then I look at this RSI EMA crossing. Typically, it does the crossing right before the money flow does. So I already know I'm expecting it. Once the money flow confirms it, boom, you have a good entry, okay? All right, so what I have on this chart is the Keltner channels, 1x, 2x, and 3x multipliers, you guys know. And I have the 21 EMA, and I have, I believe, 55 EMA, okay? All right, let's take a look. Let's go back to, I just want to make sure we cover everything we talked about. So let's do. I want to show you guys like what I look at. So obviously we don't have a confirmation yet, but let's look at MCK with Tom's tools, okay? Login session expired. All right, Tom's tools, don't do that. Okay. Hopefully they're not. Okay, all right, we do have access. All right, so let me see the questions. May, June, money calendars. Okay, yeah, let's take a look. May, June, very quick. Okay. May. Okay, you guys see May is still bullish, but there's some yellowish stuff. So it's kind of balanced. I think, like I mentioned before, I think Stock Almanac says this as well. So that's May. And then June should be bullish too. Yeah. So I think from April through July, I expect us to be very, very strong, bullish. So we should take advantage of it. And in fact, I think buy the dip trades I'd be looking at in strong names. Okay, that's what I'm going to be doing. Let's take a look. I think July, August probably will. You see, so second half of July, we gotta make sure either we're in cash or we have hedges, okay? So I do expect, especially obviously this is a different year, it's an election year, this data doesn't exist for August, it looks like. But I do expect a rough second half. Now, obviously no one knows, but it kind of is pretty much aligned with the calendar as well. So we'll have to be careful. I think we book as much as possible in profits the next 2 months. Okay. I would be looking for momentum trades, squeeze trades, good setups, perhaps sizable trades, which I did with Amazon, for instance. I had close to 20% position. And I'll show you guys what I did on Amazon. Someone asked that, I think. So, in fact, we can take a look at them. So, very quickly, like on Amazon, this is a very bullish chart, guys. So, this is weekly chart. Look at, this is right behind my head, but let me show you. Okay, and let me go to this one or this one. This one. Okay, so look at how EMA crossing just happened and the money flow just went on to positive. Okay, so this is just the beginning for Amazon. So most people already think we're done with the move. We're not, it's just starting. So before earnings, if this continues, this wave, and supported by the momentum waves, which I have it in my other chart, this thing can easily go up here above 3,500, okay? So that was the reason why after I took my profits last week's expiration, I re-entered the trade. The reason is weekly chart is just getting bullish. Weekly chart just showing the cross right here. So look at last time when we had the cross. Let me see. Bullish cross. Look at this. We had it down here. We had the negative flow here, and then we had the EMA crossing right here. So you would have entered at 2034 and had all this. You could have gotten stopped out here, but you could have had all this, activity pretty much. This is weekly chart, so it's, it's obviously very bullish months. So same thing is starting here, guys. So obviously there's no guarantee, if this thing can turn week after next. But at least I can see another week here, at the worst case, another week of Amazon very bullish. So, and it confirms with the run into the earnings, okay? So if we look at, I'm gonna open up my trades on Tom's Tools, what I did. So this was the trade I did, okay, in one of my accounts. I did this on my 401k. I bought, can you see this? Do I need to zoom in? So this is what I did. I bought Amazon 3160 call, 10 contracts for 4.7 expiration. Sorry, that's 4.7 entry, 4.16 expiration. And then sold 3,300, okay? And so I closed this, obviously, somewhere around here. So this is the risk graph, okay? Red line is the nearest time. Blue line is, a black line is expiration. So what it would be at expiration, at what price point, okay? So if you're at 33.45 at expiration in this trade, you would make $96,000 profit, okay? This was such a great risk reward. I risked, it's 1 to 2, right? So you risk 1, you make 2. So this is at expiration. Obviously, I didn't wait for expiration because I hit, 120% profits. I closed it here. Part of it is, I was looking at momentum waves and I saw that there's going to be a, little bit of retracement on Friday, which we did get in the morning. So this trade worked out perfectly, right? So let's close this. So I track the performance of these trades. I can't always, catch it at the right time, but if I kept this, obviously if we kept this for next week and the Amazon kept going up, we would reach the max profit on this. So the trade actually high probability setup really worked. So update. So that was one of the trades. This was the other one. I did this in my normal account, stock account. I bought 10 3150 April 16 calls and sold 3250 calls, a debit of 38K. And again, I think when we went up here, I sold it. So I think it was at like 100% of the 20% profit. So this was a good trade as well. Let me close this as well so we keep track of the performance. So you should, make a habit of tracking the performance of your trades. That's one way of kind of seeing a consistent, what trading setups work for you and what don't. So I close that one too. All right, so the one that I entered Oh, I was also in this trade. I closed this one as well. I did a butterfly. This one had a risk, so I closed it early because we went off the upper leg, right? I closed it somewhere in the middle. When we hit 3,300, I closed this. So I got this profit, whatever this was. And the green line. Let's see if it, well, it's 85, yeah, 8,500. I closed it right around here. Because I didn't want it to keep going, and it looked like it would. Well, let's close it as is. Then I'm going to show you the trade I am in right now that is not as big as these trades, but I wanted to still continue on the benefit of, continued trade. So this is the trade. I entered Thursday, I think. Friday, I think, right? I don't know, whichever one. Did we have a holiday on Friday? I can't remember. So this is the trade I'm in. Basically, this is a broken butterfly. I bought 3,400 calls. I sold 10 3,400 calls for April 16th, so this Friday. 3,500 calls sold and bought 3,550. A net debit of 15K. And if this coming Friday, if I hold it to the end, at this coming Friday, we are somewhere in the vicinity of 3,500, 3,503 to be exact, right? 3,500. This trade would have a max profit of 84,000, only risking 15. Okay, but you can never catch a perfect trade, right? Like what are the chances of us getting this exact number on Friday? Okay, so I suspect if Amazon keeps going up this week, and we hit 3,500 somehow anywhere around here, so then I might book it, especially if I have 2x 3x return, I will. On the other hand, if Amazon gets rejected from here and it just pukes, then we have a full loss of 15K, right? So not everything. So you could probably, if on Monday if it doesn't gap up, you could probably do this trade. It's a really good risk reward for the same week. You don't have to do 10, right? 10 contracts. So this is 1-to-1. So you could do 1-to-1. Or my suggestion is do it in, 2-4-2 or 3-6-3. So you can take half off if it moves. So you take your main capital out of the trade. That way you're having a kind of risk-free trade, okay? Anyhow, so those are my Amazon trades, guys. Let's see. Janak asked about BCRX. Okay, so BCRX, very quickly, I was looking at the weekly chart. Even though it looked like we crashed big time, right? All we did was on weekly chart, we went from, +2 ATR to going back to the mean. And look how it nicely bounced back. What I don't like, what I like is the money flow is starting to turn. But, it looks like we're going to have a painful another week before this thing fully turns, because this is weekly chart. So we'll see. Max pain is at 11. So I know, Janak, I think you probably have BCRX naked options with me as well. I have 11s. I think both 11s and 12s I will get assigned. So what I did was I sold I think I still have like 5,000 BCRX shares. I sold my remaining BCRX shares just to generate a little bit more cash, with the assumption that because I'm going to get assigned, I just don't want to own a lot of them. I'm just going to get assigned probably 30,000 shares between my two accounts. And I'm okay with that size, okay? So I sold some of the ones I have. Again, this is my long-term hold. Unfortunately, it did have this pullback, but look at this. This is perfectly bullish weekly chart. All it did was it pulled back to the mean. So when would I be worried? I mean, if I would ever be worried, I guess if it breaks $8, you turn bearish on this. If it breaks the mean and it goes back and breaks the 618 level here and goes under $8, I will no longer be in BCX. But I'm giving low odds to that, but you never know. So $8 is kind of like my stop loss for BCRX because I don't want to give all. I made a lot of good profits in BCRX. I don't want to give it all back. But my price target for BCRX, I expect BCRX to turn back from here. At the worst case, turn back from $8.50 level, something around here. Like probably somewhere around here. At the worst case, where you have the long wicks, 880, the worst case. And then this money flow will catch up and it'll go back. My price target, like I said, is 25 for BCRX. The other trade I went in this week is Shopify. Shopify looks really bullish. Daily chart. Kind of like the reason I got into Shopify, it reminded me of Amazon trade I was in. It kind of had the same type of pattern. We kind of consolidated at the mean daily chart, and then we went above, 21. We're going to the 1300 levels. If this thing breaks 1300, guys, this is going to the moon. So similarly, it has earnings coming up. So we'll be out of this trade on earnings, but let me just show you what I'm in. If you guys want to repeat it. So if it pulls back on Monday for some reason, you can get in. So I risk 11K to make 40K, 38K, okay? So this is the risk graph. Again, if we are, this is April 23rd, so it's not 16, be careful. It's not next week, but week after. So I gave it a little bit more time. Maybe a mistake, 16, if we hit 1300 this week, 16 would make a lot more. Like the risk reward would be a lot better, which it has the potential. So my expectation is this thing is gonna go up all the way and close this gap. It's gonna go up here. And then it may roll back down from there. So you're looking at like 1360 price target, okay? So I have this is a pretty good return, risk reward potential. Again, if it rolls back down this week, then this is my loss. I will lose 11K. Obviously, I never wait till the last minute where I lose the full amount. Typically, I'm looking to close if I am losing half the debit, okay? So take a look at this. This is the other trade I'm in. I'll post this. I consider this shop trade. This would have been something I would have probably put 20%. Like I could have gone big on this, but because I still had Amazon, I didn't do this because I didn't want to be. I didn't want to have too many momentum trades in my account. So, but now, if on Monday, if this thing stays the same and you guys get a better price than this. Oh, by the way, this is my risk graph. I actually have a better entry than this. I got into this at 10K 400 or something like that. This is kind of, it was close enough that I kept it, but let me post this so you guys can have this as well. Shop trade. Okay. I want to show you Bitcoin really quickly because I want to check what's going on with it. Should I use the other chart? All right, guys, so Bitcoin is consolidating, and weekly we have this ascending triangle, okay? Actually, which one? I had one of those. And we are on these squeezes that are kind of firing to the upside. I think it's going to fire to the upside, but I've been wrong before. But the confirmations indicate, so this ascending triangle, okay, I wish this weekly close here was above this like 60,000 level. It would have been so good if it did, because that would have been a big indication. So there's still a chance this week we go back down and test this 58,200 level, and then come back up and break it to the upside. So you see how the RSI is above the EMA, the money flow is all green, but it's turning. So by the time we get up tomorrow, this thing might be down here, and this cross to the downside happen. But I think this this is the daily chart. The median on daily 21 will hold up, I think. Let me see the 4 hour. Yeah, so it looks like tonight we're gonna have retracement. It may consolidate down here. We may have another week of consolidation. The more it consolidates, the bigger the move it's going to be. There are squeezes all over the place. Oh my God. So this thing is going to be big. To the upside or to the downside, okay? You know, but my view is that we're going to see, when we break out of the triangle, we'll see, right now we're at the 59,900 support level. If it stays above it, it's really, really bullish. But I think we can go back down and test the 58,200 level, which I have a position right now, which I would add to it, I think. Let me see if I can show you that. So just in case there would be a big move tonight, I placed like small trades. So this is not a big leverage for me. I did a small 150K on BTC and 50K on Ethereum. I just put it in case, we wake up next 2 days, tomorrow, this thing bounces off from here big time. Right now, I could take profits on these, to be honest. I mean, the Bitcoin is up 150%. I didn't realize it went up this much while we were talking. Shoot. Now, we saw the money flow, right, turning. So there's a good chance this thing will come back and retest this area here, 58, potentially 58,600. Do I have more orders to buy? I will add to it. 58,600. Yeah, I have an order here. So I will add a 50K, another 50K, and 50. So I'm taking a little bit of risk to add more, but so I have orders, guys. All right. So I will add to BTC. I'm very bullish. I think we're gonna I think we're gonna break out of the all-time high. The squeezes, like there's so many of them, and it's coiling up right now. This consolidation looks really bullish to me. Again, do your own due diligence. I could be wrong. We wake up tomorrow, it's 46K. It has happened before, but I like where we are on the 4 hour chart. So So I'm in this trade, so I'm just showing you, this is the trade I have. I will add to this, I want to get this to 500K with leverage if I see the breakout. So where was the chart I wanted to show you guys? That's the 4-hour chart. Oh, the reason I wanted to show you, I want to show you the price target. Okay, here's my price target. So first of all, let's look at the triangle. Okay, so we're consolidating at the top edge of the triangle. Okay, and I think we may have another week of consolidation here, but if we break out of this thing at the top right here, this is based on the weekly chart, by the way, guys. I mean, even though you see these bars, like we got a fake out here, and it came back down, right? So you have to watch out for fake outs. So if you were in this trade and you had this fake out, you would know at this bar. So at this bar, you would get out because the money flow would show you it's going in the other direction. So it came all the way back down, and it killed everybody who had stops down here, right? This is how big guys manipulate the small guys. They hit all your stops, and then they manipulated all the. They killed all the longs, retail longs, and then they went long themselves here. So I'm expecting this thing to break out of this triangle. I wish this, I think yesterday this was looking like this. It was pointing to the upside. I was really bullish, and then it turned. So we may further consolidation. But anyhow, here's my target, Bitcoin target. If we break out of this to the upside, gonna pull this back down. It keeps going. So I would take profits at 75K. That would be the target. My bullish target. Okay, 75K. And this will happen very, very soon, okay? Oh, I can't. What am I doing? 75K. Okay, I'm going to post this. So that's the bullish, that's the bullish target, right? What happens if it breaks to the downside? So here's what happens. So if we break down below 59,200 on 4-hourly chart, I will turn bearish. Okay, that means we're going all the way to the down. So, I would watch for bearish entries. I think I would be really bearish at 58,600, below 58,600. So where you're going, if we break to the downside, we're going to the bottom of this triangle. That would be the price target. Okay, so. So this goes all the way down here, so it's pretty bad. But I don't think we would go that far. I think we would hit. I think you would have resistance. You would have support at 55K here, but we would go all the way to 1618 level here at 51,800, $52,000. That would be the 52 would be my price target. Okay, 52K. On the downside, and if we had really, really massive selling, it'll go back all the way to the bottom of this triangle. That's at like 44K. We are in a bullish market. I do expect this thing to break out to the upside, and that's why I have a bullish trade. Okay, and this is my trading account. I don't risk my hodling account. Okay, so my hodling account stays there, goes up and down, it doesn't matter, it's going to stay. The trading account, I'm taking this risk, okay? So that's Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes into ballistic move, my Ethereum price target is 2,500 in the very, very short term. In the long term, at the end of bull cycle, I expect Ethereum to be $5,000 or more. Okay. All right. Very quickly, SPY. Daily chart. So we are seeing exhaustion on the 4-hour chart, but the daily chart just indicates that we have a few more days of bullish. Okay. So expect Monday to be, we're breaking probably new all-time highs. If this chart, but the momentum wave is turning, so we may get a sell signal here, but the money flow is still green. So we're gonna get a day or two more. I suspect Tuesday we may get a pullback. Monday might be still continuation of this. We'll see how this momentum wave turns. It could stay up here a little longer. So we still have a few more days. I also looked at the option flows. Option flows, there are a lot of cold sweepers for Monday. So, but then later on they have puts. So, so be careful out there. We may get a pullback, and a healthy pullback, and still staying bullish is possible, right? Like the 4-hour chart. Look at this 4-hour chart. We have this pullback signal here, but the money flow is still pointing upward. So this green money flow indicates at least another day, and VWAP is turning. So this is still bullish for next day at the very least. But the squeeze is kind of, momentum is turning down. So I suspect we're going to consolidate up here. We will probably get another move up to the upside and then consolidate here. And then we'll see how the money flow, like as long as this money flow points to the upside, that means there's a lot of buy-in. So as long as that happens, we're not retracing. So I'm going to be monitoring this. This is a 4-hour chart. If this thing turns to the downside, that's when we can buy some puts if you guys want. Okay. That's it for tonight, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed this. We have some good trades. Let's take a look at some names and see what happens this week. I wish you guys lots of success. Okay. Let the trade come to you. Don't rush. There are a lot of opportunities. April is a good month. We got to make as much as possible in April and May. Okay. Good luck this week. Wish you lots of success. Let's make a lot of money together. Bruce is asking, money flow indicator looks different. Which one is this? So this is Market Cipher. I paid for this. If this is the one you're asking, this Market Cipher has money flow, which is the green and red, VWAP, which is yellow, and then it has these momentum waves with red and green dots. So when the momentum waves kind of like down here and kind of going smaller, you are a bullish move happening if the money flow is at the same time turning. So when you're red and you're going from red to green, like this is supported by the momentum waves, this is a buy signal. And you would have entered, long positions right here. And then when this wave turns, you would, exit your position, take profits, okay? So Market Cipher, again, I use it with squeeze. It's been working great for me. I'm still mastering this. I have a system now with rules, and at some point when I kind of test this enough and I'm making really good money, I could do a class on this, and then you guys can get Market Cipher. I don't own, so you're gonna have to buy that, but you could literally make money with the system. It's been working pretty well. I mean, look at this. You have this trigger rate. So you have the big waves here, double bottom. You wouldn't enter here. You would have a trigger wave, which is smaller, and then you would wait for the money flow to kind of turn. So right here, even though it faked out, but the VWAP above zero line, and you have money, and you have a trigger wave. So the trigger wave when the money flow is turning here, you would take a long position. This is 4-hour chart. You would catch this big move. Same thing here. You have 2 red dots, 2 smaller waves. Positive money flow is turning to the downside. You would have a short opportunity right here. And then you would catch the short move. Anyhow, so that's a lesson for another time. You guys need to use whatever works for you, but I try to take emotions out of the trades, and the one way I do is market cipher, the money flow, and then the usual chart setup things, and TA I apply, right? Doesn't mean it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but it's been working pretty consistently for me, guys, and it allows me to take emotions out of the trades. Anytime I add emotions, I somehow make an emotional mistake where I panic, I lose money, and having a system that removes emotions is like the best medicine for trading. It just keeps me in the trade, so exits are a lot better, or it makes me exit the trade before something bad happens. So so it's always good to have a system. I haven't perfected the system yet, but I'm sharing with you how it's working for me. Okay, have a great night. Thank you, guys. Talk to you tomorrow, this week.
Nobody knows just how beautiful. Look at me, near. The crowd just disappears. Clouds break and it's clear. It's only you and me here. Hold me near. The crowd just disappears.